What's up, everybody, and welcome to BitLab Academy daily stream every day moving forward at 10:15 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. I'm going to be working in some weekend slots as well and some afternoon slots. A lot more content coming your way. But before we get started, my name is Kellam. Welcome to the show. You can find me, all my info, right here at Kellam on Twitter and on Instagram. So I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all feeling fantastic. Markets, we got such a nice God candle yesterday. That's what we call it when we get those massive pumps. Is it going to hold? Is there signs that it could fall? SEC caught lying in court. They admitted. Judge asked them point blank. We're going to get into that. Could all the charges be dismissed? Could we see a full-on reversal of any of that bearish sentiment and just have the bulls fully unleashed? We've got some of the biggest financial institutions in the world foraying into the crypto ecosystem. So what does this mean for everything going on in the crypto markets? Well, we're going to talk about it. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell. We're going to get into it. So before we do that, make sure you head over to the BitLab Academy Twitter right here at Academy BitLab. Look for the gold check and the hit logo. Hit this retweet, hit this like button, and you'll be entered to win. We are drawing today. So I don't see why every single person on this stream that is watching right now, which we got 124 people watching live right now, every one of you should head over to BitLab Academy Twitter page. Follow us, hit the retweet, hit the like. You're entered to win. We will give away another... what are we going to give away today? We're going to give away we'll give away a 3-month membership because it's worth more. We'll give away a 3-month membership to BitLab Academy. So all you have to do is hit this follow, hit the retweet, hit the like, and make sure you're coming over here following my page as well. We do a lot of great stuff on my page. I actually even host a podcast through my page, usually on Thursdays. I may or may not be able to do it this afternoon. Follow me. I will be posting later to let everybody know. But it's right here, Kellam. Look for the blue check and the hit logo right here. And just join us. We got a lot to talk about today. We've got, look at this, scrolling up to the top. Former Barclays boss weighs in on TradFi's coup. What does this mean? Well, I think there's a little bit of stuff, look at all this. Look at all the bad news that's come out. And then right after that, all this, these announcements from some of the biggest financial institutions in traditional finance getting involved in crypto. Is there coordination there? We can also see Bitcoin's great accumulation phase begins. What does this mean? Think about it. If we're over $1 trillion market cap, we've gotten up to about 3 in the peak of the bull market with primarily retail, very small investors in relation to the amount of liquidity and money available in these large institutions. And if large institutions are coming in, could this mean an absolutely mind-blowing bull market once it really starts to get going? Post-halving especially. We got BlackRock, Deutsche Bank, Citadel, WisdomTree, Fidelity. There's so many different major institutions that are now actively and publicly getting involved. And think about all the people that were on the sidelines. They didn't trust it. They were following all these FUD news narratives because it didn't seem legitimate. Well, when you have the largest asset manager in the world, BlackRock, getting involved, and then Deutsche Bank, and we see JP Morgan Chase even building in the blockchain. We see all these people that have been fudding it for years. We're seeing maybe there was a little bit of legitimacy in their lack of true involvement very early on. And I'm talking about like pre-2017. But as it stands now, I can only question the legitimacy of what the hell they were talking about, because it seems now these things they don't just pop these things up and, have ETF applications and fully developed product offerings within the digital asset ecosystem. That doesn't pop up overnight. They've been working on these things for years. So why the FUD? The only thing I can come up with is maybe they were trying to get those asset prices at a much, much better, much lower price point. So, but we're seeing the stamp of approval of the biggest players in the financial industry getting involved. So we need to be aware of what's going on. We need to be aware of what our strategy is so that we do not get left behind. And that's what the BitLab Academy is all about. Leave no person behind. If you're here, if you're involved, if you're watching on a daily basis, or even once a week, I appreciate you being here for us and our community, but I appreciate you being here for you so that you can participate in the biggest wealth transfer in the history of the world. If you are involved, if you are navigating these waters and not allowing yourself to follow these FUD fanatics, AKA the traditional finance bros, because we want to be ahead of the curve. And that's what this is all about. And then, of course, this is a big one right here. Binance files a motion for in the U.S. court alleging SEC of making misleading statements. Not only did they make misleading statements, we can see here, I sent this tweet yesterday, complete smear campaign, lies admitted in court, provided for all of us retail crypto investors. Why? So that they could protect us, right? That's what they're trying to do. Well, why are they admitting to lying in open court? Judges pressing them and asking. We open up this thread right here. We can see if we scroll somewhere. Court, I want to know, are BAM, this is Binance Asset Managers, assets going offshore? This is the primary, this thing about commingling funds using Binance US, basically U.S. Retail money in their offshore. Are they commingling their funds between their businesses? Also, are they using them? Are they doing something improper? Is it happening or not? It's stunning to me that I've now asked this question to each of the SEC attorneys 5 times. SEC. So currently the assets are not going offshore. We're not seeing any flows of money outside of the U.S. SEC statement that defendants have been able to commingle customer assets or divert customer assets as they please is directly contradicted by the SEC statement to court that the SEC has no evidence of that ever occurring. Let's see this. No evidence of that ever occurring. Holy moly. Our U.S. government, I used to fall in line and just, they want the best for us. I don't trust a thing that comes out of the mouth of any government politician. This is just, they're doing it to protect us, right? Or are they doing it to protect those currently in power? That's what I want to ask. But shout out, coming back to the main screen here. I don't know what's going on again. Gosh darn it. Let's go ahead and go like this. There we go. I don't know why. What is going on with my screens today, but we're going to, is it this one? Yeah, so I'm going to delete that one. Yes, save here. Okay, so looking at the chat, how's everybody doing? How you feeling? We got a lot of good stuff, and I'm so happy yesterday I got to catch those super chats at the very end. I feel a little embarrassed. I didn't see them until literally as I was about to close. So again, shout out to those individuals. Also shout out to Alexander G. Always so much help here. One of our lead mods, Alex Green as well on staff here. I'm not sure if he's in the chat today. He is traveling. Always so helpful there. We got a lot of stuff going on. We did the BitLab members AMA yesterday in Discord. If you did not see that, I did record it. I will post it today in the members Discord. It's another reason for you all to get involved there. And I don't know why. I don't know if I'm going to start scheduling these a week out so people can see it in there, but we only had about 8 people in there. Think about it. And this isn't like these streams here where I'm just talking. This is engaging in questions, sharing, giving direct lessons on things, answering questions about everything from the markets to TA to news. It's that class office hours type of feel. That's what it's about. So get involved there if you're a member of either the indicators or the all access pass. Maybe we will do another offering. I'm not sure if we're going to do it or not, of just without the courses, without the indicators, just a premium Discord. We'll see if we're going to be able to do that. But shout out to everybody that was there. Crimson Caravan Company, unforgettable name, Alexander G. Who else we got? Karen Swigart Harris. She was in the room. So was Alexander G yesterday. So was Crimson Caravan Company. Zeus Cash, Randall Dance. We got a lot of people in here. Rafiq Gaffour. Unforgettable name, a Sawtooth Hiker. Again, thank you for that super chat yesterday. I did see, let me scroll down here. Mike Volmer in the house. How you doing? I'm George 2. Brad Guy Dell, what's up? A mellow fellow, always mellow, always a fellow. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. GS, how you doing? Eric Brubaker, I think I saw Justin Eubanks was in here as well. Might just be my memory because he's always in here. Crimson Caravan Company. I said that. King Peasant. I did see, where's it at? Army Piper, how you doing, brother? Let's get you on the show next week. Who else we got in here? We got a lot of people. I'm trying to scroll down because I saw a super chat. Where is it at? Man, a lot of chats going today. Let's keep this chat active. Let's get these likes up. Hit that sub. Join us here. If this is your first time, it's not going to be your last time. We break down all the alpha so both beginners and pros can know what's going on in the market. So no matter where you're at in your journey, that's what this stream is about. Bringing you the best data and breaking down the context of how it's important, how we can find confluence and strategies so both pros and beginners can learn this. Now, Matt C, $100 super chat. What is up? Thank you so much, my friend. And I'm going to twist your arm. I'm going to get you to move out here to Atlanta, brother. It's a wonderful spot. I'm really enjoying it so far. I move in tomorrow. $100 super chat. He said, don't forget to clean the sheets and towels for the new bachelor pad. You know what? I moved down here with only clothes. I had to get 100% of absolutely everything you need for an apartment. And I did not realize, you don't realize how much you spend in small little amounts over time. I was talking to TJ about this yesterday. It reminded me of crypto. We all want the big wins. We want those huge profits. We forget to focus on consistent wins. I'd rather have a consistent string with a 70% win rate of 3 to 8% loss, 3 to 8% wins, and compound that, then only chase the big profits, because those are not consistent. It's very hard to get those on a very consistent basis. If you can really lock down, 5%, every other day on a regular basis, it's just like when buying all this stuff for the apartment: forks, knives, spoons, plates, coffee grinder, towels, dish towels, pots, pans, new work desks, all new furniture. I moved down here with nothing. I left it all for my wife up there in New York. So I had to start over from scratch. And man, it was more expensive than I thought it was going to be. But you know what? Sometimes you start fresh. So thank you very much, Matt. See, that $100 will definitely go towards a lot of the stuff in there. Of course, this is the BitLab Academy. So a lot of that will go into a fund that we actually we do a lot of charity give back and stuff. So let's see. We got another super chat here. Where did it go? Army Piper, what's up? Kelly, question. What happens when institutional on-ramps are being heavily used by judges to buy Bitcoin and they have to step down on lawsuits due to conflict of interest? You know what I mean? Let's talk about conflicts of interest. That's a good question, Army Piper. I know it's more of a rhetorical, like these jackasses. I think let's talk about conflicts of interest. I mean, if anybody wants to talk about that, I'll just say a word that starts with the P-E-L and ends with O-C. That talk about the biggest conflict of interest ever in the government. How is she the best trader of all time when she doesn't have that in her background? Oh, you know why? Because she had inside knowledge. Sawtooth Hiker, another $100. Man, I appreciate you guys so much. You really don't have to do that. I really appreciate it. Man, you guys just warm my heart. You kind of make my heart go like this. So we're going to talk about some charts here. Let me see if our boy is in the house. He's not in the house yet, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Let me go ahead and send him a message really quick. You popping on? You popping on? Okay. He might have been confused and think I was talking about 10:15 tomorrow, but it's today, baby. What are we going to talk about today? Well, first off, let's kind of come over to, let's look at this real quick, actually. I don't talk about Bitcoin much, but man, this was quite the setup here. Look at this. Came down with this long sort of, long in terms of a microcap, sort of descending pattern here of resistance. We have somewhat of a flat bottom of support that was breached here, which you're going to have a lot of different little fake outs on coins that are this small because how easily they can be moved around because their market cap is small, liquidity is very low. But what I want you to really notice here, you can do this on any asset. You see this money flow slowly sort of trickling up like this as this starts to break this downtrend resistance, comes down, retests it right here, and then just launches off. Not only does it launch off, we can see, if we zoomed in on this on the 2 hour, we can see that we also within this structure, we also had coming into this breakout, we ended up forming a bull pennant, kind of broke out, failed, came up, bull flag up, and I drawn this yesterday on my own TA. Look at this. These candle bodies went right to exactly to where this target was. This target, why was this? Target was this right here. This move. Bull flag, breakout, target, came right to it. We got a little wick past it, and now we're getting a little bit of a correction. Where did this come down to? Previous highs and bounce up. And look at this. Now on this pullback, this is on the 2 hour, the stochastics have fully reset down the bottom or angling back up. And the other thing is, look at this. Option H gives us a horizontal line. The RSI came down and tested, are we going to stay bullish or are we going to go bearish? Tested this 50 line and is now angled back up. This does not a guarantee that this is going to continue up, but these are the things you like to see. Price action come back, test these previous highs. Momentum indicators reset. Money flow came down and is now rounding back up. So this is looking like it may give another try to the upside, but what we want to see here, option F, come down like this. We want to make sure that this can not, we don't want this to be held at this 382 here. We'd like this to see this at least push up to this golden pocket, a little bit of a test down maybe, and then continuation to the upside. If not, if we can't break through this, then we may get a move that comes up like this, comes down, and then loses and comes back down. So some movement in the markets. This chart was just happened to be open first because I'm looking at this morning, but let's go ahead and look at some other things. Okay, there we go. Let's go to the daily. Man, yesterday we talked about it. Let's talk about that quick move up. If we got here, short squeeze, what happened yesterday? We got the quick move up, got rejected exactly where I was talking about, the previous level above us, came down, and now we could say that we're under this resistance, we're under this resistance line. We could say that. We're also directly at the region, so you could also argue that this is resting right on this resistance, so it's come back. If we look at it, for instance, on a 24-minute, look at it like this, you get more resolution, you get more clarity. Let's go ahead and go like this. So you could argue that because we're right on this region, which is, essentially, very small amount above and below this level of resistance, it could be known as support now because we've come up and we're kind of testing right in the same area. So you could argue that we're holding above it. Let's just call it regionally. We're holding at this level. So if we are able to resolve to the upside, then we can then identify that we have flipped this for the time being to support. Currently, this is a little bit indeterminable because it's riding right in this region, and we got a quick push up and then a wash out back to the downside. We are holding at this level though. So let's go ahead and double click on this chart. Okay, look at this. We got a little bit of bearish divergence. We're on the 24-minute. Let's actually come back to the daily. It's red on the daily on the momentum indicators. Relative extrema showing this was a little bit unhealthy, but we got this move to the upside. So let's come down to the 4 hour. Let's actually come over to, let's look at some different indicators today. Market cipher. Look at this. Anchor, kind of two anchor waves, and then this reverses up here. So we have a strong angle up right here in terms of where the momentum is shifting, right? Which is in line with the price action kind of coming up as well. We have the bull flag right here, and this completely overshot this zone. It came up and basically some shorts got liquidated, and this continue to move to the upside. Now, if we look at this on the 2 hour, how is this looking? So money flows up, 4 hour, money flow starting to round. Okay, 12 hour. Okay. So 12 hour is looking like we may be setting up for a little period where we're going to have a little bit of the momentum here is starting to look like it may clip and getting a red dot like this. And if this does clip, then this is suggesting on this time frame, we may be looking at a period of time for a cool off. Did I send him? Let me see here. Let me actually go back to this screen right here. Sorry about that. All righty. So for this may be indicating we may have a little bit of a time of cool off, which means just a little bit of kind of chop in this region, maybe come down, test the 382. If we go below that, really want to see it hold above this golden pocket right here, which is also the point of control on this time frame right here, as we can see. Now, if we do just hold in this region and push up, then we may not get this red dot here. And I'd really like to see this consolidate in this region and then break out from here. But let's get back to all the TA in just a moment. I want to jump back in here and look at everybody in chat. Big into me. Whales in Dubai buying. You know what? There's a lot of people buying. What do I mean by that? Well, when we see BlackRock give that stamp of approval, we can kind of come over here. We could say former Barclays, I could speak. Boss weighs in on TradFi's crypto coup. Don't say coop. I will know that you did not graduate 4th grade. Crypto coup. Okay, here we go. I love seeing some of the more mainstream firms getting involved here. This is a stamp of approval for those that were on the sidelines. Even people that aren't buying direct access and exposure to Bitcoin, there's a lot of people. We saw yesterday, when we pulled up those stories, that we saw over 400% spike in trading volume on Grayscale. So there's a lot of traditional finance side exposure of people getting involved in Bitcoin, because there's a lot of people that don't want, they've heard horror stories about crypto, or they're ignorant to how to really, engage with it. It's not really that different from the traditional assets in terms of how you go buy and sell and trade it. If you want to get involved with DEXs, decentralized exchanges, yes, it is quite different. But if you're getting involved on a centralized exchange, which I don't recommend anybody holding many at all of their assets, small percentage of your portfolio when you're actively trading. But when you're going to buy and sell, it's no different than going, there's not much difference in going and buying on eToro or E-Trade or Fidelity when you're actually going onto an exchange trading desk and doing the buy, sell, limit orders, stop limit orders, all those sorts of things. And if you're calling a broker, here's the deal. This is the caveat. If you're calling a broker because, you have somebody managing your assets, which a lot of people do, when you're calling them and trying to get exposure to Bitcoin, there may be some hesitation to get direct exposure to Bitcoin and Ethereum or, whatever other digital assets. There's a lot of home offices, meaning these financial brokerages, that are, getting this exposure for their clients through Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, through MSTR, MicroStrategy. So we need to pay attention to these sorts of charts and what's going on and all this stuff. Now, coming back over here, we can see big money bullish on Bitcoin. BlackRock, the world's largest asset, we already know this from yesterday. Alongside BlackRock, asset managers Invesco, WisdomTree, and even Fidelity are reportedly weighing up their own Bitcoin spot ETF applications. We also saw yesterday backed by multinational big hitters, Fidelity, Charles Schwab, another huge bank, and Citadel Securities. EDX is a newly launched cryptocurrency exchange designed to play ball with the regulators. Now, if you don't think that Fidelity, Charles Schwab, and Citadel, just between those three, don't have incredibly broad and wide-reaching connections within the financial industry, within the financial sector, of other brokerages, with other partners, with other people they trade with other investors, retail, the whole gambit. They're providing that inroad and and a little bit of the hand-holding of getting people into having digital asset exposure. Okay. Okay, so what did I also want to talk about? We want to go back into this one right here. BlackRock's Bitcoin's great accumulation phase begins. BlackRock, Deutsche Bank, and other industry titans prepare to infuse trillions of dollars into the Bitcoin market. Fueled by Bitcoin's prospects of getting exchange-traded funds approved, the cryptocurrency market is entering what the industry leaders dub the Great Accumulation. This is what I was talking about earlier about retail getting us up to currently over 1 trillion, previously up to about 3 trillion, fueled by us small investors, not having these $100 million, $100 billion pension funds and assets, these huge assets under management, financial institutions. So the great accumulation phase. Recently, financial powerhouses such as BlackRock, Fidelity, Invesco, WisdomTree, and Valkyrie have all joined the race to secure Bitcoin's spot ETF, setting the stage for a price uptick. The surge of an institutional interest has resulted in a 19% increase in Bitcoin price since June 16th. High-profile investors, including MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor basically, shared similar sentiments. He speculates that escalating institutional demand might soon overshadow retail investors. Think about that, indicating that the opportunity to front-run Bitcoin's institutional demand is diminishing. I want to be in before, the bank on the corner is suggesting Bitcoin to their clients. That's when I don't want to say it's too late. It's never too late, but you've missed the boat on life-changing opportunity. If you're waiting until your aunt, who has talked you out of Bitcoin for the last 6 years because she's listens to, what's his name? I cannot remember his name. Army Piper, you would know this. Dan, who's the guy that Taylor Shroom, T Shroom always quotes? Better than I could be doing, or better than I should be. I can't remember. He's a famous financial commentator, writer, advisor. I can't remember his name, but doesn't matter. When you're hearing everybody telling you, it's just like when you're at the top of a bull market. When you're hearing everybody, Uber drivers, somebody on the street, somebody walking, if you walk into McDonald's, you're hearing in line, oh, that got to get that Doge, man. Yeah, we got to get that crypto game. When you're hearing everybody talk about it, it's probably getting into that local top because you're getting to that hype phase. What do I mean by hype phase? Hype phase is not the place that you want to buy. Hype phase is a spot you want to identify, because when you're entering the hype phase, that means that you need to be thinking about you need to already have thought about what your exit strategy is and start looking at pulling the trigger. That's not what I wanted to click on. This is what I want to click on. This is a hype phase. Hype buyers with no conviction. This is when everybody's hearing about it. They told you it was a scam down here. They told you it was a scam down here. I would never buy. And then here, because you're seeing it on the news all the time, the sheep are buying. Lions don't buy with the sheep, and all of you are lions. These positions here, when everybody's talking about it, if you're not paying to technical analysis, if you're not paying to on-chain data analysis, pay attention to sentiment analysis. When everybody's excited, when everybody's profitable, when everybody is talking about it, you should be getting out. And where we're at right now is right in this zone right here. This is something I drew back in January, and this is exactly what has played out so far. We did not get this dip all the way down to $23,000, but we did get that dip down to 24,000. So this was a suggestion, and this is still what I think is going to play out. And why do I draw these levels? How can I draw certain levels of where bounces are going to go? Because I know how markets play out with golden pockets and Fibonacci extensions and certain key levels on price action. And so I drew this here. Likely push up to this zone right here. Likely bit of a retracement. Retest this zone, which this is exactly where we're at right now. Okay. And look at this. Look at how this played out. May into June. This is exactly where we're at right now. Now, I'm not saying the rest of this timeline is going to be perfectly aligned with what's going on, but this is what I see playing out. I don't know if we're going to get all the way up to $50,000, $50,000. This is where the golden pocket is on from this high to this low. I think we may get a little bit of front running on this. Who knows, though, with BlackRock coming in and Fidelity and WisdomTree and Invesco and Deutsche Bank and Charles Schwab, the industry, the traditional industry is entering. The SEC is lying about their evidence against Binance. Could you imagine if the judges just summarily dismiss their cases or parts of their cases, and these ETFs get approved? We very well, this could, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but there is a scenario where this is just a knife that's cut, a knife that cuts through butter right through this, and we, potentially pre-halving, retest previous highs. Do I think that has a high likelihood of happening? I think it's a lower likelihood, but it is possible. What I'm looking at, the way I'm investing, the way I'm trading, is looking at this $48,000 level. We can see right here, golden pocket, and front running it to about 42, 38 to 44, that sort of region, depending on the momentum, the velocity, the liquidity, all the regulatory clarity, the ETFs. There's a lot that can determine what happens in this area right here. But I do think we're going to get a push above 31,000 up to somewhere between 38 to 40, let's call it 38 to 42 for a likely rejection, pre-halving, a consolidation through this period. And then we get this parabolic run that starts slowly and then just blows everybody out of the water. So we want to pay attention to these hype cycles and these buy cycles. Buy cycles determined by key metrics on-chain data, buy cycles determined by where smart money is starting to allocate their funds into the market. And we want to see this. So we need to pay attention to this. What story were we on? Here we are. Meanwhile, Dylan LeClaire, Bitcoin analyst. Sorry, I always get hiccups on this channel, on this show. Meanwhile, Bitcoin analyst and founder of 21 Paradigm argues that the recent ETF filings are a significant catalyst for Bitcoin's price, rendering it extremely inelastic. Despite the optimistic scenario, Leclerc expects that no ETF application will be approved by the SEC until early 2024. I can kind of agree with that sentiment. It kind of lines up with the sort of deadline for when that the ruling comes out on BlackRock. Kind of lines up around when the halving is. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if it's also time to where we, because they're looking at data too. It's not just us super crypto people. They're looking at the 4-year cycles having, pre-halving. This is a halving right here. Pre-halving pump up, sell off, consolidation, and then post-halving pump. They're aware of all this stuff. And let's be honest, everything they've done so far has been pretty damn coordinated. Binance, Coinbase, XRP, all of it been thrown, all of this getting thrown in the news media right before the ETF announcement from BlackRock comes out. I cannot imagine. And the approved by the traditional finance exchange for digital assets goes live. This is all coordinated, all of it. So why would they not also coordinate around when this is going to have the most meaningful impact on the ETF? So they don't start an ETF and then they have to deal with the headache of having, the price sell off after people buy in pre-halving. You get the sell off. Now everybody's mad. Then you have a catastrophe of PR. Is that going to absolutely play out? We can only wait and see, but we can trade and be aware of all these things going into all this. Now, there's a couple other things I wanted to talk about. Boom. The recent push up on Bitcoin, we look at this. Let's go ahead and delete. Let's go ahead and delete some of my squiggle marks. But we very well could. You see this is already starting to roll over on the 12-hour. We're about to get that dot. Let's kind of come over to the 4-hour. 4-hour got the dot. We kind of chopped around here, got the dot. Money flows slowly starting to come out. 1 hour. Money, this is coming down, but we did get the green dot, followed immediately by a red dot. So how do we know this could likely happen? We talked about this yesterday on the BitLab members private EMA in the premium Discord, which you get access to when you go over to bitlabacademy.com. By the way, that code is expiring after Sunday, basically Monday, late hours of the night, Monday. That code is expiring. Give me 30, gives you 30% off your first month. But I do want to shout out, it's worth getting the BitLab Pro because you get all the indicators. You basically get everything. Indicators, premium Discord, all access to all the courses. And rather than it being like 130 something a month, there's every month you get that discounted down to $97. So you get a group discount on everything. And if you are a member, just log in and then add this to your cart. And when you buy this, it will give you 50% off your first month because you're already a member. And it will discontinue all the other products and give you one billing product with this discounted rate. If you want just all access and you want access to the premium Discord, all the courses and all the premium Discord as well, sign up for all access here. Use Give Me 30 and you'll get the Discord and access to all the courses. Give Me 30 expires on after Sunday. So coming back over here to the chart, this is you look at this. I didn't even notice this until I'm looking at this right now. Look at this. Got a head and shoulders. Shoulder, head, shoulders. So this was indicating it was likely going to roll over. Even if we didn't know there was a head and shoulders, we have a low, right? But we have all these consecutive higher lows. Now we have a lower high all of a sudden. And this is breaking lower right here. And so on this push up right here, The close below this, if this candle closes, we still have 8 minutes, 8 minutes and 8 seconds. This is on the 1 hour chart. If this closes below here, then this is a kind of indication this is likely going to pull back. Where's it going to pull back to? Well, we have our map. 382 and the golden pocket are the main levels I'm watching right here. So I think if it does break below the 382, I think there's a kind of, I'm leaning bullish. I think there's a possibility that this actually gets front ran if this does wick down and come down into this green box that we have right here in the 28.2 to 28.4 sort of zone right here. That's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. That's what I'm seeing. But we got to pay attention. You expect me to be bearish when Bitcoin is retesting a 200-week moving average cloud as potential support? No way. He posted this 2 days ago. And you know what? Not only did we test it, we moonshot from there. If you're not following Caleb, definitely make sure you go give him a follow. Let me see if our boy is, okay, he's still not there. So I guess he might have thought about tomorrow. So sorry, Bill. Thought you were going to come on, but I'm all good here. So coming to this next chart, right here, inflation adjusted for S&P returns. You need to increase your after-tax cash flow by over 7.1% a year just to keep up with average U.S. inflation. Do you realize that? They're trying to get inflation down to 2%, and the average year-over-year inflation is 7%. 2% is just a myth, man. It's just a talking point. Investing in the S&P 500 only gives an annual return of 2.7, real return after adjusting for U.S. dollar inflation. There's obviously a lot of risk involved to pursue that 2.7%. This means exposing to risk, right? The market could go up, could go down. But this is why we need to pay attention to what's going on in the market, because inflation is out of control. We just saw, I think this morning, let's go ahead and look over here, forexfactory.com/calendar. What is today? Today is Thursday. Man, these weeks are just flying. We got the Great Brit. They increased by a half point. Basically 0.5, half a percent today for their interest rate. They raised their rates. That's part of why the market dropped a little bit today as well, I can assume, because we look at this. This was at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Where did it go? 7 o'clock our time. So if we come over here, look at the chart. What is 7 o'clock our time? Let's go to 1 hour, 10, 9, 8, 7. Right here. Look at this. 6, 7. Boom. We get the down. Relief rally, fake out to the upside, and then continuation of the downside. What do I mean by that? We get the bad news. Get people to kind of go down. No, we want to get higher prices so we get the institutions, smart money wants to get higher prices to set their shorts from. They push it up, trap people, bull trap right here, and then only to drop it lower. So we have our levels. We know what's up. Now, coming back to the other charts I wanted to show. This is a very interesting chart here. One godly candle and sentiment through the roof. A reminder that on-chain demand still remains low as is normal in this phase of the cycle, but perhaps a reason to temper your expectations. So we can see here, days until halving, 310 days until halving. Look where we're at in the cycle. We see all these three lines here, these colored lines, not the dots. These are the three different cycles. We can see right here. So we got the cycle bottoms lined up perfectly. Cycle peaks just about lined up perfectly. And we can see that where we're at right now, we could have a little bit more upside based on the 2019 cycle. It's not going to be the same. This also may be a little bit laggard. Things have, things kind of change on the time scale based on where things are, based on how big the market it gets as well. So could we see this actually get a high pre-halving after this? Or could this also just come up to somewhere in this level, the $32,000 level, just barely breaking 31 and reject down and consolidate? That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. If you think about it, the longer time we have a sideways action here, the more of a solid base we're building for post-halving really, and gives us a lot of opportunity, nearly a year still, to accumulate going into that halving cycle. So we can be open to anything here. Now who we got in the room? We got 270 people in the room, 172 likes. Let's get those likes up. And if you haven't yet, we're doing a giveaway today. We're not doing it tomorrow. We're doing a giveaway today. So make sure you come over to, where is it at? Make sure you come over to BitLab Academy's page, which is right here at Academy BitLab. Look for the gold check. Follow us. Hit this retweet. Hit this like button, and you will be entered to win. And I will tell you right now, there's pretty good chance. It's a higher chance that you're going to win today because there's one less day that we're drawing from. We draw from the people that retweet this and hit this like button and follow. So let's go back into the chart. Let's go back into the charts. Let's talk about what's going on in the market. Let's actually take a moment here. Let's look at the chat. Does anybody have any thoughts or questions? By the way, if anybody has any specific questions you really want answered, I can't see every question you guys ask. Just want to make sure we got the two. Again, thank you again for this $200 super chats. I appreciate you all so much. We have quite a big team here at the Hit Network, so those really helps keep this channel alive. It's not an inexpensive thing to do these streams. Alexandra G, Kelly's video pro guide to TradingView. Definitely. Again, everybody, really recommend everybody's. I love Sheldon, by the way. If you guys don't watch Sheldon, check him out. What am I looking for here? BitLab Academy. Come to BitLab Academy if you're watching on the Hit Network or anything else. Come give us a follow. We're pushing 7,660-ish. Hit that subscribe button. Join us here and scroll down. You can see right here this daily alpha. Come watch this Pro Trading View guide if you want to really see how to set up your charts, get multiple charts, have templates, quick keys to navigate the charts quickly. Check this out and watch a bunch of these. These are meant to be evergreen, to be watched whenever. It doesn't matter what's happening in the price that day. Matters the strategy. And also, again, come over, get involved in bitlabacademy.com. Sign up, get involved, baby. Let's see what else we got in here. Hit that like button, suckers. You guys like that closing. All righty. Yeah, by the way, I met Sheldon and I was at a party at Bitcoin Miami, and it was me, Crypto Man Ran from the whole Crypto Banter crew, George from Cryptos R Us, Altcoin Daily, Crypto Face, Crypto Zombie, Crypto Crow, who the heck else was there? Tom Crown, Cassius Cuvée, BitBoy Crypto crew was there as well. I mean, it was everybody you could imagine, all at Benjamin Cowan's party. He had this private penthouse party for like the industry, and it was just all of us just talking. And Sheldon and Rand. Sheldon was such a nice guy. We were talking about how we could come together more as streamers, so that we could not. We wanted to make it a point that we weren't, because some people compete in this industry on the streaming side, and we're like, no, man, how can we work together to give more value to everybody out there and work together, and and that's what this is all about. Matt C, over or under Bitcoin? Bitcoin $40,000 at halving. Let's see. Let's look at it. That's a good question. You guys can ask some other questions in here as well. I really want you all to get more involved. And okay, let's see. By the way, I found this yesterday. If you double click, by the way, if this is all like this, you can double click on this and it goes auto. I did not know that. Frankie Candles taught me that. Also, if this is not auto, you can also come down here, see this A and L, hit this A, it goes auto as well. I was wondering why they removed that auto, but it's still there for us. Now, coming to the 3-day, this is, we're seeing where the projected halving is going to be right here. I mapped it out. And guys, again, I just feel a little good about this. Not all calls are going to be fully right, but I had this line drawn, this line right here, middle of June, all the way back here, I believe. Beginning of April. I was like, beginning of June is looking to be like it's going to, middle of June is looking to be like volatility is going to come in, and I think we're going to get some positive motion. This is, look at this. We'll look at the daily chart. This is that day, and on this day, reversal to the upside. So let's see if we can keep the streak alive. What do I say? $40,000 by halving. $40,000 would basically be, right, look at this. This is a box I have drawn right here. I don't think it's going to happen immediately right here. It very well could. I mean, look at how fast. Look at, let me delete some of this nonsense. Oops. Come on, sucker. It could. Look how fast this has moved, but we get these fast impulses up, and then this slight consolidation here. You see this? Consolidation, another kind of fake out to the upside, and then downtrend. So, but we also are coming in towards the end of this large sort of pattern here. So, halving. So, I would guess 40K before halving, but at halving below 40K. And this is in line. Let me put this here so I can pull this up later. This is in line with what I was talking about with this right here. See this? This is pre-halving 40K. At halving, this still shows pretty high. I think it'd actually be lower. But yeah, I don't know. If I had to guess, I didn't need to hit this. I'm going to be adjusting my analysis on a daily basis, looking at everything in the charts. But depending on what happens with the ETFs, with the rumors, with the regulation, with the SEC, with court cases still lingering or being dismissed, or resolution to XRP, there's so many variables right now. If I had to guess, I'd say push up, break down. I'd say, let's do this. I'll put a target on here. Let's see if it, yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I had to guess, I think it'd be right here in this box. 32 to, I'll do this box right here. 32 to 36. This is what I would say. Now, B Team Crypto, what's up? Total Clinic Solutions. Again, my man, Brad Guidell. I loving everybody in here. Got 267 people in the room, 187 likes. I appreciate all of you. If you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's do some TA. What coins do you want to see today, guys? We can do total TRL, baby. Total request live. Get your coins in there. We'll go through. We're not going to do deep breakdowns. We're going to break down a lot of stuff. As you guys are getting those coins in there, I'm going to do some TA on Ethereum and on Cardano, and then we will look. I did see yesterday that, look at this. We got July 2022, whereas January, we broke to new lows yesterday on the Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing. So as it stands right now, this is actually kind of looking like it's forming a little bit of a channel, maybe. Oh, a little bit of a falling wedge. Okay. So if this Ethereum to Bitcoin pairing, I'd like to see this either bounce here or come down here and then test to the upper side. But let's actually look at Ethereum. Am I not zoomed all the way down? All right, let's get some more. Come on, you guys get involved in this chat. Throw me some of those coins you want to see. Okay. Yeah, no, Gen and Z doesn't even know what the TRL. They thought they had all the acronyms. Well, you know what? The acronym started with us, baby. What do you know about ICQ? I bet half of you guys don't even remember what that is. I've had my first business. I was 12. I had a website design company in about 1996 or so. That was basically coding 100% HTML from scratch. And I had 3 or 4 companies. And I was living in Texas, but 3 or 4 companies initially that were law firms and real estate companies in Georgia for some random reason. I don't know how. And I would never talk to them on the phone because I didn't want them to know I was 12. But yeah, I've been on the internet longer than, anybody my age. I've been on the internet since before the internet. My dad had a BBS bulletin board, basically small private intranet where people could call in and they were members. It was text-based graphic, video games and chats and all. Yeah, so I've been in and or around computers since I was born. So let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum, okay, broke down out of this support, came back up. It's reclaimed this. So the critical zone here is going to be, let's remove this fib. Critical zone here, we're kind of coming up on the resistance right now. We actually broke through it, okay? We broke through resistance. We want to hold this level. If we lose back below this level, the confidence of the bulls is going to be lost and this is going to come back down. As it stands right now, we have the green dot on market cipher of VWAP coming up. Let's see what it looks like on traditional indicators. Stochastics flying up. They're kind of getting overheated, starting to get overheated quick, and the money flow is already rounding. We see that. So I think there's going to be a little of a consolidation here on Ethereum. Let's go down to the 4-hour. Okay, come down. What we want to see. What we want to see. We want to see price action break levels, but it's not up only. When we see price action break levels, we want to see it come back down, test the level, hold, and then start moving back up. The smartest move here is when we would break this level right here, this previous high on this breakout. So this would be the level right here. Let's go like this. The level here would be breaking this level right here, right? So in this case, we have this like this. What we want to see this come down maybe a little bit more. If it holds here and starts reversing and coming up, either way, we want to see it break this level, this previous high. Aggressive entry would be once we start pushing up and we have a candle close above this high right here, and that would be in a very aggressive entry. Your stop loss would be right below this level right there. And a more conservative entry would be letting the price action come up and breaking this level, and you enter on the candle closure of the first candle that closes above this high. Then you're saying, okay, we broke out. Okay, some of the bulls are taking profit. Cool. When it comes down, is this area defended by the bulls? Were they taking profit, or were they getting out and putting in shorts to actually bring it back down? We want to see the bulls. We want to see the bears attempt down be met with more resistance, more support from bulls buying this level, giving credence to this previous resistance, flipping to support. And then when you're seeing that reversal play up, you have to choose, are you conservative buying, once we break above this level? Or are you aggressive once you, and whatever your strategy is, you need to contend with that and adjust your risk matrix, adjust your risk tolerance and risk exposure accordingly. So Ethereum's looking like it's actually looking decent. If we come down to the 1 hour, okay, this is already starting to round. You see this 1 hour is already reset with the momentum indicators at the bottom. Money flow is starting to roll just a little bit. We got to see what happens here. Look at this. This is nice to see. Option H. The RSI is coming down and kind of bouncing a little as it stands, kind of bouncing in the 50 region right here. Bullish above, bearish below. We see the general sort of sentiment of strength. So we're looking kind of good there. Let's look at Cardano. I know that kind of had a bit of a push yesterday. Same thing, same kind of thing. Where's the other? Picking my nose. Got you. Okay, look at this. Rounding. This is not looking too good in terms of money flow, but we are on the 1 hour. Let's go to the daily. Daily, strong bounce. Strong bounce. What does this bounce off of? Right off of this downtrend resistance right here. Now flip to support. Question is, look at this. We moved quickly up, bounced off this volume node here. No volume here. This trend went very quickly through it. Rejection at this volume node right here. The question is going to be, when the volume gets rejected, when the price action gets rejected at this level and comes down, what we're looking for, it doesn't matter about price, forget the price, who cares? We're looking at what is the story between the bulls and the bears. Who is winning this battle? Every candle is a battle between the bulls and the bears here on the charts. The bullish sentiment and the bearish sentiment. In this case, bulls won, bulls won, bulls won, and it's actually expanding. Now, it tried again, but the bulls lost their steam. Why did they do that? Well, let's try to see if there's a level here. Option F, we're going to do that, or we can go like this. We can come over here. For those of you that don't like quick keys, Option F would also be Alt F. How you doing, my friend? Come over here. You hit that fib retracement. You go from this level of the breakdown, and you see right here as the price bounces at this level. We want to know that other people that are in the charts are looking at this level right here, which is a golden pocket, the key retrace level. It's like when you bounce a ball. When you bounce a ball 6 times in a row, tennis ball from your hand, you're standing there and you drop a ball with regularity. If you don't change anything on the way you drop it, you're just dropping it with equal force each time, the ball will bounce to relatively the same level each time. Is it magic? Is it some weird force at work? Or the fibs just a myth? I don't care, but to me, they work. And we see this, price comes up, stops at this 0.5 first on this candle, and then rockets past the golden pocket here. And then the bulls lose their steam, and the bears have taken over on this candle. It is still a it's still a bullish candle. It's still a green candle. My green candles on my chart are white, but we can see the bulls lost their steam. And so what this indicates is a potential. It's not clear yet on this daily candle. We have 8 hours left. If this were to close this way and then we have another candle start coming down, this is indicating that this may be trying to roll over. So let's go to, there we go. Let's go back to, let's do our fib, that to the bottom. Now let's go to the 2 hour. Now you see this? This is the same time. This is the same candles broken down in higher resolution. Why do I say resolution? Because look at this. Look at how many more candles you get to see all the different inner workings of the stuff throughout the day. This is, we go to the 1 hour candle, we even get more. So we see this gets rejected at the 0.5, comes down, gets rejected here at the 382, comes down, fights through it, gets a little bit of hesitation at the 0.5, pushes up, gets a little bit of hesitation right here and small rejection right at the top of the golden pocket here, the 0.618 and the 0.65. Comes down, finds support right here in this sort of window, pushes up, and then loses it and falls. But as it stands right now, this isn't looking too bad, because as it stands, this has found support right here on this level, right where this price action was hesitating, this 0.5. So if this holds this level and gets a bounce up and comes up like this would actually be quite bullish. So Cardano is not looking too bad, but it is looking iffy because we are hesitating at a known reversal area right here. So keep your eyes on that. So now looking back at the charts, now the other thing is there's conflicting signals here. The momentum indicator, stochastic, is all the way down reset. The RSI is holding right in that 50 zone, right? 49.50 right here. If we lose this level, it's going to be something to think about. But we do have to notice that there is basically a bearish divergence on money flow. Price action going up, money flow coming down. So this is suggesting that we may actually have some weakness here. So let's pay attention to that. Now coming over here, let's kind of scroll back. Scroll back. Let's see what you guys said, man. Okay. I'm just going to do a couple of the first ones I see. Near. Let's do near. Okay. We did Ben already. You can scroll back to the beginning of the chart to see that. The Gala. We haven't done Gala in a while. Yeah, let's do that. H-bar. And maybe ICP or AVAX. Okay, first one here. Let's go to a different chart so I don't mess up absolutely everything. Whoa, what is it good for? Alrighty. Okay, as this stands right now, Ben comes down, bouncing at this level. If this is able to take it up, I'd like to see this break this sort of level here at 10.206. If not, if this loses this level, we could be seeing more hurt on Ben. Now coming, I actually want to stay there. What was near? Let's do near protocol. I really like near. I don't hold any near right now, but I think I am near to holding some near. How many more times can we say near? Well, you know what? No fear. Near is here. So looking here, okay, pushed up. Where did this take a break? Why? Boom, right here. Option J, right where this bounce. Previous level, new level. You see how looking left helps you out. Really gives you a good indication as to what's going on there now. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what happened to Bill. Hope everything's good there. 280 people in the room, 215 likes. Hit that like. Again, I'm calling you out because we're going to be doing the giveaway here in about 15 minutes. So come over if you haven't yet to the, where is it at? Come over to the BitLab Academy page here at Academy BitLab. Hit that follow button. Come down to today's deal. Hit this retweet. Hit this like button. You're entered to win. We're going to do a 3-month membership for BitLab Academy courses as well as the premium Discord. So get involved. Come share in the love, man. All right, near previous level, boom, right here. This is on the 2 hour. Let's look at the daily first. Okay, we do have a new low here, so something to continue. And look at this. See where this level is right here. I love looking at previous price action. See this? Look where this was getting rejected right here, and look at this, fighting this level, coming up on this level. Now we want to see how high can this go? How high can you go? Well, let's sort of see on this move here, option F, down to this level. This is being held. This is looking relatively weak. Why this is being held right at the 382? Let's get better resolution. Start on a larger time frame, move to a smaller time frame. So zooming in on this, we can see rejection at this previous level. Also kind of hovering right now right around the 382. If we zoom out, look at all the other indicators. Look at this. Stochastics were overheated, meaning way up here on the top side, above the 80 line. Right here, they're already overheated, but we still got this push up, getting a little bit of a sell-off. But as it stands right now, I'm feeling, this is feeling weak because I'm looking at the money flow. See this? We have a higher high here, lower high here, which gives us a bearish divergence. Less money involved, less fuel in the tank. Think of if price is going up a hill, you want to make sure you have fuel for the engine to drive it up that hill. And this is a fuel. We got no fuel in the tank. Run out of gas. And we're starting to see, we'd like to see a spike in money flow here. A good example of this is right here. You see how this is arching up like this? Arching up like this as price action is going sideways. This is saying, hey, we're getting prepared to go up a hill. And we see right here, the RSI peaked out, it pulled down. Now we do have a bit, you sucker. We do have a bit, you sacre bleu. Option T, let's go to this level. So we do have a bit of a, do we have a trend line or not? Got a bit of a trend line there. RSI could, really kind of come back a little further. We are well above the 50 line. This is looking like actually more than anything, what I would actually think is not even more of a pullback is actually just looking at and this could change. Price could do something, anomalous, but this is looking like it may chop around in this region for a little bit here. That's what I'm seeing on near. What else were we doing? Gala. Okay, money flow is coming up, but it's starting, it's indeterminable right now. That's on the 4 hour. Okay, coming up right into this previous level. You see this right here? Price action gets attracted to where other price action used to be, called liquidity, price memory. We see the spike in volume right here as well. This is on the VPVR. Now coming over to the BitLab Trading Stack, we can see, by the way, we have such an overhaul, huge overhaul coming to the BitLab Trading Stack. All new functions, a bunch of all these things are going to be integrated. It's going to be so much better. Everybody that has BitLab Trading Stack, when the new stuff rolls out, you're automatically going to get, it's going to be a massive upgrade with all this stuff. It's going to be a different visual representation, but it's going to be much easier for everybody to use with divergences and momentum and money flow, all the stuff that you really want to see to trade. It's going to be organized in such a simpler fashion. But for now, we still have this wonderful sort of the wonderful current BitLab trading stack as it is, with all the multiple indicators spread out. We have a lot of stuff that's going to be integrated. So you have what's on the candles, and you have a single thing down here, and then also we've got the new volume thing. It's going to be, I cannot wait to share. That's going to be happening in August. So we could see it's going to previous price action. We are overheated, but we had a lot of bullish divergences on the volume. This is on the Gala. Remember, they did have the Gala 2 upgrade. I don't think still currently it's not available on, what do you call it? Coinbase. And there's a lot of scrutiny right now about everything with security. So I'm still apprehensive about altcoins because of everything going on with the SEC and regulations and regulation by enforcement and all this stuff. So, yeah, and I told you I took a lot of profits and moved a lot of capital about 2 weeks ago, and I feel good about it. Yeah. So as it stands, we have this, look at volume order block right here, right above us. This is getting rejection as it stands. If I really had to guess on Gala, I would assume probably further downside. Look at this pressing into the EMA ribbon. This is all the way outside the EMA ribbon. You see this? Now inside the EMA ribbon, now even smaller inside the EMA ribbon. And we're having a candle right now. This is a daily candle though. Let's go to the 4 hour. This is looking like it wants to, this is downtrend. I would expect further down if I were a betting man, but we don't have any bearish divergences on the hidden volume yet. So let's come back over to, let's go to Market Cipher and look at this. Okay, look at this. Even on Market Cipher, we got the red dot on the 4-hour. RSIs are angled down. Money flow is flat right there. Let's go to 1 hour. Money flow is coming down, but this is looking like it's trying to curve. But we will have a new low, and this will be a hidden bearish divergence on the momentum. I don't know. This could be setting up for a head and shoulders here as well. If I were to bet, I'd think Gala lower, and levels I would look at right here, option J. I would look at this level here, 2.4 cents. That's on the 1 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour, get a broader view. Yeah, I'd be looking for this. If it can't hold this level here, 2.4 cents, then I do think we'll likely be, testing down to 2.2. And if, we don't hold that, then we're going to do, and this is not in process of a reversal. What do I mean by in process of a reversal? In process would be like if this pushes up, pullbacks are necessary in bull markets. We want this to test something and then continue higher. We want this next confirmed low to be a higher low. But if we are going to see a continuation of this downtrend, then this may come down like this and then form a new low here on Gala. My nose is so itchy. But as it stands right now, looking at local levels, we are looking at local levels. We can do option T. This is a zone. You see this? We're getting rejected right at it. If this breaks down, I'm looking for the 226. If we break above this, then I'm looking at in this sort of region, this region right here. And I'm going to make this a different color because green is for buying. That is not a buy. I'm looking at target here for potential some take profits on any moves from this zone for very small scalp traders, and then likely test back down. Why is my nose itching? Golly. Is it allergies? I don't know. 270 people in here. Thank you everybody for being tuned in. I think it's time for us to do one more coin, and then we're going to do the giveaway. So if you have not yet, get over to BitLab Academy's page. Where is it at? Hit their retweet, hit the like button. Let's see how many people have done it. Boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. So hit that retweet, hit that like. You're going to be entered to win. I need to log into. I've seen chicken smash before. You know what? How do you think they get chicken fingers? I've been 3 fingers deep before. Chicken fingers, French fries. Sometimes I get the 6-piece. Popeyes. And I'm embarrassed how much I like Popeyes. So we want to do comment picker. Boom. We want to, am I logged in to the right one? Okay, now we want to pick this up. Actually, you know what we have to do first? We have to do the spinning wheel. Spinning wheel. Okay, what's it going to be? We got to delete Friday. You know what? And I'm going to throw another Thursday on here just to give you guys, everybody that's here today, let's add another Thursday. We got 2 Thursdays on here. Let's make this 8. There we go. So we got 2 Thursdays on here. So you have a huge chance of winning if you share today's deal. So let's go ahead and hit that spinny wheel because I love you all. 3 months free access to BitLab Academy. Hey, what do you know? It's on a Thursday. So that's today, everybody. Let's see who's going to win today. Let's go. You know, did I log in? Let's do it. Everybody, before you leave the room, I want everybody in the room right now, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding the bell. I love each and every one of you. Tomorrow, I'm going to do something very quick because I'm going to be moving in tomorrow. But I mean, from next week on, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to have a lot more content that's going on out now that I don't have to wait on other people to do the thumbnails. I can do it myself, which means I can do afternoon stuff because I can have the content needed to put out those videos. So let's do this. This is today's tweet. Now we're going to do picker, do doom. Now get Twitter data. 38 people. All right, let's see who wins this week. Good luck, everybody. If I win, I'll give it to somebody. Jeff and Soto, or Jefe and Soto. Okay, I'm taking a screenshot of that for myself. You win 3 months. Hit me. Are you live right now? Let me know in chat if that's you. If you're here, if not, then reach out to me. Get involved in the Discord. Want to verify we're giving out to the right people. Big love to everybody. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you come over to my page right here, Kelly Kellam at KELLYKELLAM. Make sure you're checking out BitLab Academy. Hit enroll now up here at the top right. Hit the sign up thing. You get about 30% off every month if you do the pro. If you're currently a member, you get half off your first month of this because it basically discontinues all your other memberships and combines it into one deal. If you want just the all access to the courses, we have a lot more courses coming very soon, a lot more content. Yeah, and you get access to the premium Discord as well. If you sign up with this, use Give Me 30 for 30% off your first month. Give Me 30. Now, I love you all. I appreciate you all. You know what? I just want to say, couldn't do this without you. And none of us can do this without our friends and family. So thank you for being a part of this community. And with that, all I got to say is I bid you adieu. Adios, muchachos. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always tuning in. BitLabAcademy.com. Hit that like button, sucker. What you doing? Can your mama read you right? Watch one of these videos. Join us.